And the day we've all been waiting for is now here. It all began back in November in Arizona. The grind session for 2018-2019 kicked off with DeAndre Ayton's duel in the desert. And now we're wrapping it up with the World Championships. Marshall County High School in Benton, Kentucky. And the combatants are very familiar to us. SPIRE Academy out of Ohio and Bella Vista out of Arizona. I'm Leroy Watson on play-by-play, joined on color by the incomparable Cullen Kreider. And Cullen, the excitement is palpable. The gym is filling up at 1:30 on a Sunday, and it's going to be one heck of a ride.
Yeah, you know, I've been sitting here now for about 30 minutes watching them warm up. The crowd just keeps filling in, but as soon as people are walking in here, you can just feel the electricity right now. Two great teams. I mean, we got so many Division I prospects on the floor in front of us right here. When you get to watch the dunk lines in this matchup here, you get to see some dunk contest type dunks. And so it's really fun to watch, and I'm really excited to get started here.
SPIRE will start their normal starting lineup of number 0, Mark Rocket Watts, number 1, LaMelo Ball, the grind session player of the year. Number 3, Terry Lockett. Number 16, Myron Gardner. And number 22, Isaiah Jackson. But we've got a little wrinkle from Bella Vista. They're going to start Jerron Artest today after he scored 20 points, shooting 5 out of 7 from the three-point line. So he will join number 0, Zion Harmon. Number 11, Addison Patterson. 33, Ricky Sanza. 35, Terry Armstrong. And Artest will wear his normal number 24. So what's it going to take for us to cut down some nets? We'll start with Bella Vista. Cullen?
Well, Bella Vista, just like any other team, they have to keep SPIRE from scoring in transition and getting into their transition offense. If you can slow the game down a little bit, get into offensive sets, get in a half-court game, that works out well for Bella Vista. Although, Bella Vista can get out and run with anybody as well, but still, that's just SPIRE's DNA. That's what they prefer to do. If you can take them out of their comfort zone, make them get into half-court sets, it bodes well for your team.
So conversely, SPIRE wants the pace hectic. They want to get up and down. They don't care if they miss some shots. They'll just take another one to replace it. It's going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen. That horn means it is time to get it on. They're going to get the balls off the court. So we will take you to public announce for the National Anthem and then the official starting assignments. So there are your starting lineups for today. The road to the final. Bella Vista put down Veritas Prep 64-50 in the first round. They defeated Aspire Academy 70-61 in the quarterfinals. And in the semis last night, they took down Prolific Prep 85-62. Spire has not been challenged at all. They won the first round 102-67 versus Hillcrest Prep North. Ran away from Trinity International 98-55. And last night defeated Our Savior Lutheran 118-78. Who can control the tempo? That will determine who wins this basketball game.
Well, I'll tell you a matchup I'm interested in too is whoever's guarding Rocket Watts today. He's been on fire here this weekend, knocking down a lot of threes. He's really found his shot over the weekend as well. Not that he ever lost it, but you know, he's just been in a really good groove.
7 threes last night in the semis. Isaiah Jackson swats Jerron Artest. Zion Harmon controls the offensive rebound.
And of course, Spire opens up in their zone that they're usually in.
They really extend that 2-3 zone so far. Terry Armstrong for 3, no good. Harmon with another offensive rebound. Step back 3 on the way. Harmon misses. Isaiah Jackson with the rebound. Comes LaMelo Ball, Grind Session Player of the Year, 2018-2019. Rocket Watts misses. Terry Lockett cleans it up.
And if you're Bella Vista, you can't afford that. You can't afford Lockett to be in there getting offensive rebounds. You know, it's one thing if the bigs are down there getting the boards, but the smallest player on the floor picks up an offensive rebound putback.
Addison Patterson over to Zion Harmon. Harmon playing in his home gym. Jerron Artest for 3, no good. Myron Gardner with the rebound. And Bella Vista does a brilliant job of getting back to stop that break. Isaiah Jackson to Terry Lockett. Trey ball is good.
Lockett up to a hot start. Face guard Zion the entire way up the floor here.
And Cullen, we always talk about Mark Rocket Watts, LaMelo Ball, and Isaiah Jackson. How about Terry Lockett has all 5 Aspire's points so far today?
And he's a sharpshooter. I mean, you put him in the corner, and he'll shoot it as well as anybody in the country.
14 minutes, 21 seconds left to go in the first half. Spire 5, Bella Vista, no score.
And Bella Vista has to be careful here not to settle for all threes. They need to try to find some penetration in the zone.
Harmon double teamed by Lockett and Gardner. He gets through, gets to the baseline, and I believe we've got a foul.
Yeah, and Zion Harmon right on cue starts to penetrate, not settling for his jump shot. You've got to put pressure on the defense. You can't just sit back and shoot threes.
It's the first foul on Myron Gardner, the first on Spire. Terry Lockett guarding Zion Harmon. Addison Patterson into the lane, Euro step, layup is good.
That's a great move there by Patterson. It comes off the pass. That's when you find your lanes, is from the pass.
Gardner, swatted by Ricky Sanza.
That's a great rim protector right there, Sanza.
Patterson for the layup.
And Bella Vista has to have that out of Patterson. He's a 5-star guard. They need him to play like a 5-star guard, and he's starting off great today.
5-4 Spire. Myron Gardner short on that 3-pointer. Ball will go to Bella Vista.
If you're Bella Vista, you'll take that all day. If you can keep Myron Gardner out of the lane and keep him from driving and getting to his strength, then you'll take that.
A 2-2-1 zone press. Harmon passes to Patterson. He loses it. Rocket Watts for 3. It's good. Rocket Watts on an unbelievable 3-point tear. 8-4, Spire on top.
Tom Izzo is getting an excellent guard out of Rocket Watts.
No question. Patterson, floater in the lane, no good. Sanza, he's called for the foul. Sanza with his first, Bella Vista's first.
And back to Rocket Watts. When he shoots the ball like this, he's absolute 5-star prospect. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's an incredible point guard.
LaMelo Ball all alone, no good. Addison Patterson with the rebound. Stolen, Myron Gardner. Basket is good, and he's fouled.
Myron Gardner there, that's just a garbage bucket there. He gets a steal, goes straight up on Addison Patterson, and that's what, you know, if you're Coach Jackson, you love to see that out of your feisty small forward there, Myron Gardner.
Gardner just might be the best athlete on the team,
Hey,
full
man,
of athletes.
I'm telling you, I was sitting over here by Victor earlier. He does a 360 windmill in warm-ups, and I just like, you know, wow, man. I'll continue to say,
free throw.
he reminds me a lot of Miles Bridges as far as his athleticism.
And that's heady competition to be compared to.
Yeah. Well, they're both, you know, and they're both Michigan prospects as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure they're familiar with each other.
Harmon over Jackson, rebound LaMelo Ball. Rocket Watts for three, no good. Zion Harmon with his third rebound of the game already. Harmon, Iman Surdovic, the sharpshooter, no good. Myron Gardner with the rebound.
And right now they're playing at SPIRE's pace. SPIRE likes this pace.
Gardner into the lane. He attacks Asanza and lays it in.
And, you know, Surdovic doesn't have an answer for Myron Gardner as far as on-ball and one-on-one defending there. So great recognition by Gardner to take advantage of that mismatch.
And that noise you probably hear in the background, that's not the fans. That is the SPIRE bench.
It's a 10-second call there for SPIRE, so the pressure.
And it was actually more like 12 seconds.
Yeah, it was down to 17, but the pressure obviously getting to Bella Vista here early. It's really gotten, like I said, this is SPIRE's pace.
12-4, SPIRE on top, 11:40 to go in the first half. Watson to the lane. He passes it to Isaiah Jackson, and he's fouled.
And right now, SPIRE just has it going on. They're playing their game. They're getting the looks that they want. They're getting to the spots that they want to get to. Bella Vista is going to have to make some adjustments here, and they making an adjustment now with substitution. Big Jimmy Bell set to check in.
But you know, you and I talked about this a little off air last night. Can Jimmy Bell and Emmanuel Shamanga move laterally well enough to defend Isaiah Jackson?
Well, that too, and they got to get up and down the floor. You know, I mean, that's something when you bring in the big body guys, can they get in that running match with SPIRE as well? So that'll be interesting to see. And that's, I mean,
Jackson makes one of two.
Jackson is a tough matchup for anyone. I don't care who you are. So you're right. It's a very interesting matchup there.
And Isanza, of course, has picked up two early fouls battling with Isaiah Jackson. One on an Isaiah Jackson block out where he tried to go over Jackson and fouled him. And then the other just then
good move
at the rim.
Artest.
Jaron Artest, layup is good.
Great hesitation move by Ron Artest.
Isaiah Jackson. Bell picks him up.
Attack him.
Myron Gardner being ordered to attack Surdovic into the lane. It's good.
And Bella Vista, they've got to switch into either, you know, you can't have that matchup right now, and that's nothing against Surdovic. I mean, Gardner is a very difficult guard for anybody.
So the question is, who do they use? Jaron Artest for three.
Artest answers, and he picks up right off the confidence that he got last night, playing in front of his father. Played a great game, and now
Myron Gardner for three.
So here we go. We're in a track meet.
Gardner with 9 of his team's 18 points. Zion Harmon for three, no good. Jimmy Bell, offensive rebound. Back to Harmon. Harmon into the lane. Layup is good. First bucket for Zion Harmon.
And that's a good timeout there by Kyle Weaver. He's upset about something, and now I think what he wants to do is to get his defense set here so that they don't keep allowing these, you know, SPIRE's just getting too good of looks right now.
Right.
So you've got to change something.
And, you know, just being fair about it, Cullen, I look down the roster for Bella Vista. I don't see anyone besides maybe Terry Armstrong who can match up with Myron Gardner.
Yeah.
What do you do if you're Bella Vista? That's the question that Coach Weaver has to answer.
Well, yeah, you know, Bella Vista, they tend to play a zone too. But the scary thing is do you play a zone and allow Melo and Rocket Watts to get these clean looks at three the way that they've been shooting the ball?
And Gardner just made a beautiful three. Nothing but cotton.
Right. Oh, if he's making that, now you're in big trouble because if he gets that three-point confidence out there, now he's playing at a whole nother level.
Yep.
You know?
SPIRE is the toughest matchup in the country, and they are showing you live on TV right now why that is. The lead is 7 right now, 18-11. That's certainly manageable, but it's starting to have that feel, Cullen, that you often get with SPIRE, that they're just one burst away from putting it out of here.
And they're going to put Addie Patterson on Myron Gardner.
Interesting matchup.
Well, I like that matchup better.
Isaiah Jackson for 3. It's short, and Patterson wins the individual battle with Gardner.
Oh,
and Jimmy
wow.
Bell doesn't realize where he is. He throws it back court.
Wow.
Bell just didn't pay attention to where he was. You know he's got to feel terrible. You saw the look on his face immediately when he threw that. So Bella Vista, having worked so hard to get an extra possession, now give it right back. Terry Lockett, beautiful ball fake, and it's good.
You know, what an answer there by Lockett. And those are just mistakes that you just can't afford against a team like SPIRE. You just, again, it's early, but still, we've seen them time and time again. They can put teams away in the first, 10, 12 minutes of the game.
Foul on Rocket Watts, his first, team second. And already SPIRE has drained 4 3-pointers, Cullen, and there's 9:36 to go in the first half. Zion Harmon with some nifty ball handling to split the double team right there at the top of the 2-3. Addison Patterson into the lane, and he is fouled. Isaiah Jackson got him with the body.
And Patterson is the one player that has found the driving lanes in the zone.
Yes.
So he's really recognizing that and doing a great job of getting to the rim and drawing contact.
And what's so critical in playing against SPIRE is realizing I don't have to shoot threes to make a deficit. If we get stops, 2s are just as good as 3s.
Right. And that's what that zone does. It kind of baits guys or baits other teams into shooting the threes. And that's exactly what they want.
Myron Gardner traveled. He slid that pivot foot. Basketball will go back to Bella Vista.
And Myron Gardner looks fresh right now, man. This dude looks like he wants to jump over, he's ready to jump out of the gym, which he can do.
There is a Showtime dunk coming sometime soon. We don't know who it'll be or when, but it's coming.
And Patterson, I'd love to see Patterson continue to attack.
And he bodies up with Josephat Bilal and scores it.
And Bella Vista really needs him, and I love that he's stepping up into this role right now.
The mellow ball, shot no good. Jaron Artest rebounds for Bella Vista. 3 ball on the way, and it's good.
Oh, man, Artest, he is just stepping into a spotlight here, and the kid is playing awesome.
Rocket Watts, no good. Zion Harmon with the rebound.
And you'll hear the roof come off if they get a bucket here, I'm telling you. Especially
Addison Patterson, deep 3, and it's good.
We got a tie ball game, Leroy. This is fun, man.
Patterson with 11.
This is what it's all about. And Patterson, you've been looking for it, and here it is.
And that is a Bella Vista cheering section right behind us. Tray ball no good by Lockett.
So great box out there by Zion Harmon. He had the much bigger Bilal on his back.
And Josephat Bilal called for his first foul,
and
team 4th.
Give a lot of credit there to Patterson, though. He came over, saw that Zion was boxing out, and tipped that ball. If he doesn't tip that, Bilal's probably able to grab that over Zion.
21-21, 8:08 to go in the first half.
Shot.
Jaron Artest for 3,
oh,
and
wow.
it's good. Artest with 11.
Wow.
Well, Cullen, right now, Bella Vista has 24 points, 11 by Artest, 11 by Patterson.
Okay, now we got a block here. I thought...
foul on Zion Harmon.
Coach Weaver wanted the charge badly there.
Rocket Watts, 4-3.
Well, here we go. We're trading punches, man. I mean, both teams shooting it at a very high rate, playing very efficient.
Terry Armstrong, no good. There was a lot of body on that.
Give Jimmy Bell a lot of credit right now. He's come in and got 2 big offensive rebounds here. And Bella Vista wasn't getting those rebounds early in the game.
Correct.
So give him a lot of credit of getting his position down low, holding his spot, and getting those offensive rebounds.
Patterson from the M of the Marshall County logo, a little short.
Well,
LaMelo Ball, no good, and he's fouled. You had 3 guys down there. Let's see who got him. 24, Jerron Artest called for that foul.
SPIRE will live with that shot all day long. You know, Bella Vista has continued to attack. That's where they've found their shots. When they attack, now that opens up the wide open 3-point shots. So you got to continue to penetrate the zone and don't settle for just long threes. Great take there by LaMelo as well, forcing the issue.
And LaMelo makes 1 out of 2. 25-24, SPIRE on top. 7 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the first half. Zion Harmon picks his way across the defense. They are extending that 2-3 within 10 feet of half court.
Short.
Jerron Artest a little short.
You could tell it slipped out of his hand there. He didn't get a good feel of it for when he was shooting it. You know, that's what shooting's so much about, is how it feels in your hand when you're letting it go. And right there, it slipped out a little bit.
Jimmy Bell called for his first foul. That is the 6th foul on Bella Vista. Next foul will put SPIRE into the bonus.
Rocket Watts, man, he's just got that eye right now. He just wants to score. And
shot no good. Jimmy Bell, strong rebound. Terry Armstrong in transition, splits the defense, and he's fouled on the floor.
And you heard from the SPIRE bench, you got to stop ball. And I was going to give them, I was going to talk about earlier, even off make or miss, they usually are able to stay in that press, that full court pressure. So they weren't able to stop ball that time, but usually they've got the pressure on no matter what.
Tray ball on the way from Harmon, no good. Peter Filipovity with the rebound for SPIRE. Myron Gardner for 3, and it's good.
Oh, wow.
Myron Gardner with 12 points.
Yeah, he is playing, he's just oozing with confidence right now. That's scary.
Patterson blocked.
Yep.
But we've got contact. And you had 2 in there, so that foul committed by LaMelo Ball.
And Patterson just has to understand that look, I put a lot of pressure on this defense whenever I get into these gaps and I get into these driving lanes. They can't, you know, SPIRE does not want to see him do that. They want to see him stay outside and shoot the 3.
Shoot the 3.
So don't give them what they want.
Patterson makes both.
It's a tough shot, man. It's going to be offensive goaltending.
Offensive goaltending on Josephat Bilal.
Unless they called that on, was that on Shimanga?
Yeah. Offensive goaltending, the referees clarified.
Okay, yeah.
Basketball will belong to Bella Vista. 5:56 to go. First half, down by 2, 28-26. Terry Armstrong to Addison Patterson. The double team comes. Armstrong breaks into the front court. Gets it to Zion Harmon.
SPIRE's acting, well, they're acting like they've never heard of offensive goaltending before. But.
And Patterson drags that pivot foot. And Coach Jermaine Jackson wants some of this contact called, but the referees are letting a little bit of contact go. And I like that. It keeps the flow of the game. I hate a game where you've got 20 fouls in the first half.
Well, it gets to a point where coaches start disputing every single call, no matter what it is. And what he wanted there, whoa.
Wow. What a 3 attempt. LaMelo was trying to get a foul. But just like we said on the other end, the refs are letting a little of that contact go. The foul on Josephat Bilal. That is his 3rd.
It's going to be 1-1.
That will put Bella Vista into the bonus. 5:21 left in the first half. So Isaiah Jackson will return to the contest, replacing Bilal.
And here's where I think right now that a timeout from either team would be effective here. Both teams are getting a little frustration here. It's getting physical. You know, I mean, the fouls are even. It's 7-6 right now, so they need to clear their mind and realize that, okay, everything's consistent. Let's just play ball.
Zion Harmon makes 2 free throws, and we're tied at 28. Both of the coaches are working the refs. Turnover. SPIRE, Bella Vista with an opportunity to take their first lead.
And it's amazing, you know, when a game gets close, how much more they got to take, how much more the officials have to take from coaches and fans and players. It's all part of the game, though.
Zion Harmon to Patterson. Jerron Artest in the short corner, no good. Isaiah Jackson skies for the rebound.
Artest has perfect rotation on that ball every time he shoots it.
It is beautiful.
This will be a foul, probably, yep.
LaMelo Ball drives and is fouled by Jerron Artest. That is his second, team 7th. So now both teams are in the bonus.
Melo's one of those guys. He's got a gear that you could just see it coming. You could see a foul coming there because he was determined to draw enough contact to get a call. He's got that ability, and he knows he's a great free throw shooter. That puts him, oh, wow, and he gets his own board.
And he missed that free throw, got the rebound, and couldn't put it in.
I don't remember what game it was, Leroy, but we saw one yesterday, if you'll remember. A free throw shooter got his own rebound when he didn't have any teammates down there on the block. It was 4-1, and he still got his own rebound.
Yes.
I don't remember what game that was.
I can't either, but yes.
That was similar right there. LaMelo was able to get his own rebound without anybody even moving. Big, man.
Armstrong misses the free throw. Armstrong is scoreless in the first half.
And that's big. That's a big stat. What a shot.
Rocket Watts. And, you know, the surprising thing about him to me, Cullen, he's tough as nails, but he's smooth, too. A lot of tough players aren't smooth, but he is smooth as butter.
And that's a shot he'll be able to get at the next level, too. He knows how to, he's got great body control. He uses that shoulder to separate himself from the defender. Nice step back.
Harmon, no good. LaMelo Ball with the rebound up front to Rocket Watts. He goes to the corner. Trey Ball is on the way, and it's short. Addison Patterson with the rebound. Zion Harmon to Emmanuel Shimanga. He is fouled. They foul on Isaiah Jackson.
Coach Weaver wants a delay of game on LaMelo for throwing that ball all the way down to the end of the floor. But I'll tell you what he was doing, honestly. He was prepared to just throw that pass if the foul wasn't called. That's what he was doing.
Shimanga makes the first. 2 on Isaiah Jackson, 9 on SPIRE.
Shimanga's been so clutch with his free throw shooting this weekend. I was watching him.
Big man has a really nice touch.
He's shooting threes. His form's great.
That shot is swatted by Emmanuel Shimanga. Coach Jackson trying to get the ref's attention. I don't know if he wanted to call time. I think he wanted to call time. Step back. Watts. No good. Patterson with the rebound.
You got to attack here if you're Bella Vista. You don't want to settle for threes. Continue to attack.
Patterson into the gap, into the lane. And he is fouled. I think that's Isaiah Jackson. If so, that's 3.
No, there's no foul. It's just out of bounds.
Okay. I thought they called the foul. All right. No foul. Bella Vista retains possession. Shimanga hooked over Isaiah Jackson.
It's a great shot, and it's a great post touch. Smart play by Bella Vista to get the ball inside. And great job by Shimanga of going straight up with a nice little jump hook. So
indeed, Coach Jackson was trying to call for timeout. And he is granted timeout, but for the first time all game, Bella Vista in the lead, 32-30. It's the Grind Session World Championship live from Marshall County High School A grind session event brought to you by Tanager Sports. 3:14 left to go in the first half. I'm Leroy Watson on play-by-play. Cullen Kreider on color. We'll be back in a moment. Everybody, we're on a Ja Morant watch. We've been told he's in the building. Myron Gardner, and they're going to give him the continuation. Wow, basket is good. The foul is on Addison Patterson, his second. The 8th on Bella Vista.
Gardner's been huge here, man. He really has carried the team.
That's 14, that's 15 first half points for Myron Gardner. And SPIRE is so good at that, Cullen, answering a run. Look at Emmanuel Shimonga in the lane.
Shimonga's stepping up, man. I mean, we haven't seen this type of offense output from him. And for him to step into this role, man, great job by the youngster.
And Terry Armstrong fighting hard to guard LaMelo Ball. That foul is on Armstrong, his first. And I was reading his lips, Cullen. He's got an interesting point. He said he's grabbing my jersey.
Well, if there's one thing, LaMelo is going to know all of the tricks of the trade, man. And he will,
Yes.
you know, he's going to have a target on his back, you know, as soon as he steps into the league, you know, whether that be college or pro. And so he needs to know those tricks, but you can guarantee he knows how to make it look like you get fouled. He knows how to draw that contact. Second guy always gets caught, right?
Always.
And so now, here we go. We're going to be going to the line a lot here.
Yep, in the last 2:41. That foul is on Myron Gardner.
Now, give the officials a lot of credit here. They've taken control of the game. They're telling them, look, we're going to call it. We've been consistent. Those fouls are 10-9 right now. They're showing the players that you have to adjust to us, not the other way around.
Zion Harmon makes the first. And Harmon makes both. Zion Harmon with 6. And the lead is 36-35. Bella Vista on top. Terry Armstrong putting in real work on LaMelo Ball defensively.
You can tell he braces this challenge right here to guard LaMelo.
Myron Gardner for 3. Myron Gardner with 18 first half points.
Yeah. Gardner is killing it right now, man, and he's really, again, carrying this SPIRE club.
SPIRE has scored 38. 18 of them have come from Myron Gardner. Addison Patterson at the free throw line. I thought he might pull that one. Instead, he gives it to Zion Harmon for 3.
Leroy, we've got some high-level basketball going on right here. Gardner wants to take it to the basket.
Stolen. I think Patterson poked it free. Shimonga picked it up. Harmon cuts into the lane and back out top to the wing. Junior Garbra for 3 in the short corner.
Oh, man.
42-38. LaMelo Ball for 3. Wow.
How about that for
got
an
it
answer?
going right now.
How about that for an answer? Melo claps back.
These teams are basically saying to each other, do your worst, I can take it. Addison Patterson slashes into the lane and scores.
He's got 15.
LaMelo Ball to Isaiah Jackson. Offensive rebound, Jackson, no good. Shimonga with the next rebound.
Yep, you're going to have a foul here on Jackson. He throws Zion out of bounds. Hopefully it's not a flagrant or anything like that.
The foul on Isaiah Jackson. That's his third. So you've got two key big men for SPIRE, both with 3 fouls, Jackson and Bilal. Zion Harmon at the line makes the first. 45-41. This is the largest lead of the game so far for Bella Vista, 4 points.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the last game we had with SPIRE and Bella Vista, I believe it was a 1-point game at half.
Bella Vista led at the half. I'll go through my notes and see.
I want to say it was like, well,
I think it was a 4-point lead at half, I want to say. Something like 39-35, but I'll have to check. Lead is 5 for Bella Vista, 46-41. Myron Gardner being guarded by Addison Patterson. 3 ball on the way, no good. Ricky Sanza back into the game with the rebound for Bella Vista. 44 seconds to go in the first half.
To the rim here.
Terry Armstrong to Patterson to Harmon. He is almost at the jump circle, and he missed it. Not by much, though. Terry Lockett being guarded by Harmon. 5-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Filipovity, no good. Ricky Sanza saves it. Zion Harmon picks it up.
That's a big save right there, because if not, SPIRE has the last shot on the out of bounds.
Shot clock is off.
Instead, Bella Vista gets the last shot. Yeah, you got to go.
5 seconds left.
They didn't have a clue.
2
right
seconds
now.
left. Harmon
does.
almost at the jump circle, no good. So we will go to halftime. And Bella Vista absorbs the body blow from SPIRE and goes into halftime leading by 5, 46-41.
Well, everybody catch your breath, because you're going to need it for the second half.
Get you some popcorn, get a drink, but don't go too far. If you do, if you blink, you will miss it. 46-41. And now the key is going to be in the second half. Can Bella Vista keep this going for another 16 minutes? But we're going to take a break. We hope you are enjoying the Grind Session World Championship 2019. At half, our score is Bella Vista 46, SPIRE Academy 41. I'm Leroy Watson on play-by-play, joined on color by the incomparable Cullen Kreider. We will be back at about the 3-minute mark to get you ready for the second half. So we are at the half, and our score, Spire Academy trails Bella Vista 46-41. We'll give you the scoring update in just a moment. And we'll let you know, we're trying to get John Morant to join us for a few minutes during the broadcast. We'll see if he says yes. But meanwhile, here's the first thing I want to remind everybody. The last time these two teams played, they played back in Graves County a few weeks ago. The score at the half was Bella Vista 47, Spire Academy 44. The halftime score, 47-44. Very close to what we've got now. The final last time was Spire 110, Bella Vista 85.
Yeah.
And this is what the coaching staff at Bella Vista said they were worried about last night when I talked to them. How can we duplicate for 2 quarters and stay in the matchup?
Right. And, I think it just goes back to, again, just playing at their pace. We got to a great up-and-down match here in the first half, but still, Bella Vista came, they controlled it. I don't really know how to explain it, but they did. And but I think is because they started blocking off the boards, not giving up offensive rebounds, and not letting Spire get those easy dunks as far as off alley-oops and just in transition. So if they can keep Spire from doing that, they've got a chance. But, of course, Spire, just like you said, it was a similar score last time, and Spire ends up winning by 25. So, they can put up points in a hurry. So, we'll just see what happens here. Great matchup in the first half. Couldn't have been any more entertaining and very, very exciting.
And some of the key differences in the 2 games, this time Terry Armstrong has not been carrying Bella Vista like he had to last time. He went into the half last time with 12 points. This time he's scoreless. Last game he sort of wore down a little bit, even though he had a strong second half. By the very end of the game, you could see it had taken a toll on him. He ought to be fresh right now heading into the second half. So a lot of storylines that we will be covering as we go through the second half. But here's your scoring update. We'll just go with some of the leading scorers. Myron Gardner leading Spire and everyone with 18 points. 8 points each, Terry Lockett and Rocket Watts. Addison Patterson is leading Bella Vista with 15. Jerron Artest and Zion Harmon with 11 each. Long 3, LaMelo Ball, no good.
And think about where Spire would be if it weren't for Gardner in that first half and him putting up such big numbers. And, Bella Vista has had a more balanced attack with Patterson and Zion Harmon.
Patterson, tray ball, no good. LaMelo with the rebound. Terry Lockett, 3, no good. Patterson with the rebound.
Patterson's got to continue to penetrate. He's got to continue to penetrate that zone. He found the soft spot of the zone in the first half, and it came up huge for him. So he doesn't need to settle. I don't think he's hit a 3 yet. So
Patterson has 1 3-point.
Okay, but he's not shooting it at a very good percentage. so you need to continue to do what's working for you and penetrate that zone, open it up for everything else. And Artest was good in the first half from 3.
Isanza, that hook is blocked by Isaiah Jackson. Patterson with the rebound. Patterson loses it as he attacks Jackson.
Yeah, what's going on here is they reset the shot clock, and
yes.
It shouldn't have been reset. But now you're going to have to figure out.
So they're going to set it to 6.
Without replay, you kind of got to take a guess. So good job by the officials of just coming up with a number quickly. I was going to say before anybody complained, but I was too quick on that.
But Coach Jackson is saying 2. And I'm a little more inclined to agree with him. I think it should have been closer to 2 than 6.
Got to shoot it.
Artest for 3, and it's good.
That's so big, man. That's huge. And Artest continues to shoot it.
That is 14 points for Jerron Artest.
That's a good defense there.
Lockett misses a 3, rebound Isaiah Jackson, and he is fouled by Jerron Artest.
Of course, I've got a different angle than the officials, so, from his angle, it was a hold. And I agree with that.
Third foul on Artest, first on Bella Vista. Lockett, no good. Myron Gardner with the offensive rebound. He's working on Patterson. Swatted by Isanza. What a play by Ricky Isanza.
Look at Zion, man. It's hard to take the ball from him.
Armstrong, free throw line jumper is good.
Big time.
His first basket of the afternoon. And the lead is 10 for Bella Vista. Make it 7. Rocket Watts.
Rocket Watts says, I got something to say about that, and he got away with an elbow there. And Artest is not happy.
And the Bella Vista cheering section behind us has gone crazy. 10-second count. That 2-2-1 zone press has really been effective by SPIRE.
And now think about this. You know, in college, they would go back and they would look at that elbow. You know, it was missed.
Yep.
And, I mean, an official can't see everything. He wasn't looking, so it's not his fault. And that's why replay is so important. But
Isaiah Jackson for 3, no good. Harmon with the rebound. Oh, wow, we got a foul on Terry Armstrong away from the ball.
Terry and LaMelo are really going at it right now, and even verbally. Rocket.
Shot no good. Rebound, Terry
Now,
Armstrong.
if there's anything close here, you'll see a foul from SPIRE, I'm telling you, because everything's getting chippy here. Not going to get a chance to see
Harmon,
it.
3 ball, no good. LaMelo with the rebound.
Don't.
Up front to Rocket Watts. To Terry Lockett all alone for the layup.
So quickly here, even though Bella Vista took a 10-point lead, now SPIRE has already got it back into their favor. They're playing their pace again, and they're getting right back in the game.
Addison Patterson drives baseline, gets it to Armstrong, to Isanza, blocked by Isaiah Jackson.
Good foul. It's a
And
really smart
Harmon
foul.
called for the foul.
It's a really smart foul. Now you'll see Jimmy Bell come back into the game.
That is the second on Harmon, third on Bella Vista.
And I think what Coach Weaver saw in that first half is he likes the matchup here with Jimmy Bell. And Jimmy Bell really, he keeps Isaiah Jackson off the boards maybe a little better than Isanza.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Rocket Watts all alone, no good. Zion Harmon with the rebound. 51-46, Bella Vista in the lead. 13 minutes left in the game. Patterson, floater, no good. Bell, offensive rebound, tip, no good.
Wow, man. Jimmy Bell, I'm telling you, he's done a great job of getting rebounds, holding his position.
LaMelo Ball ends up on the floor, but he's called for the foul on that one. Colliding with Jimmy Bell does not end up well for most human beings.
Good job, Jimmy Bell.
Bell up,
Man.
and it's good.
Jimmy Bell's been huge this afternoon, man. He's played great. I mean, that's only his first bucket, but it's not about scoring for him. He's come in and played his role, which is defense and rebounding.
So now that's the 4th foul on Isaiah Jackson. 3rd on SPIRE. Jimmy Bell to the free throw line.
And we see McCaskill check in here for Gardner. It's the first minutes that McCaskill has had.
Bell makes the free throw.
The bigs for Bella Vista continue to shoot free throws at a very high rate.
54-46. Bella Vista on top by 8. Carrington McCaskill, and he's fouled. He slashed right to the rim and drew that foul from Jimmy Bell. The second on Bell, the 4th on Bella Vista. McCaskill misses the first. And McCaskill makes the second. The lead is 7, 54-47, Bella Vista. Terry Lockett on Zion Harmon.
And Patterson wants that ball in the middle.
Armstrong for 3, no good. Lockett with the rebound. Cross court to Rocket Watts. Tray ball is no good. Armstrong with the rebound. Outlet to Zion Harmon. Harmon to Jimmy Bell. Ball knocked out of bounds, last touched by Rocket Watts.
And that is a good job by Rocket Watts to sprint down the floor, get his hand on that basketball.
12-12 to go, and the lead is 7, 54-47, Bella Vista. Jimmy Bell, that shot was partially blocked by Isaiah Jackson. Patterson with the offensive rebound and no good. Bell with another offensive rebound. Terry Armstrong drives baseline, and he's fouled.
If you're Bella Vista right now, if I'm Coach Weaver, I would almost go to a no threes offense, because right now they are really affecting Spire's pressure with their penetration.
Carrington McCaskill called for that foul. Artest tray ball no good and goes over the backboard, touches. And so we will get the ball back to Spire. 11:52, they are trailing by 7, 54-47. Myron Gardner back into the game and scores immediately. He's got 20.
And I'm telling you, the momentum right now is with Spire. You can just kind of feel it.
Floater, Harmon, no good. Isaiah Jackson with the rebound. Rocket Watts from the elbow. It's good. And I so agree with you, Cullen. They're down 3, but it feels like everything's going Spire's way right now.
Got to continue to attack.
Patterson goes baseline, kicks it back out to Harmon at the jump circle. He thinks better of it. He gets it to Terry Armstrong, deep right wing. Elbow jumper blocked by Isaiah Jackson. Offensive rebound, Jimmy Bell, and he's fouled. There were 3 Spire players down there, and McCaskill got him. McCaskill called for his second. That's the 5th on Spire here in the second half. So Jimmy Bell will go to the free throw line shooting 2. It's going to be important for at least 1 to go down so Bella Vista starts feeling a little success again. He makes the first. 55-51. Bears on top by 4.
And you're right there, Leroy. I mean, sometimes just that free throw going in can just, you know, get into guys' minds. Okay, we're all right. You know, we get one to fall. Now let's start all over here and try to build that lead back up. The bigs, again, continue to shoot the free throws well.
Bell and Shamanga, the unsung heroes for Bella Vista. Jackson, no good. Rebound, Zion Harmon.
It's a big possession there.
Myron Gardner out of nowhere with the block. And he gets the rebound.
It's a big-time defensive play by Myron Gardner. He gets that ball, honestly, at about the top of the square.
Foul committed by Terry Armstrong. That is his 3rd. And the 5th on Bella Vista. You
know, and if that bucket goes there, it's back up to 7. It's kind of right where they were at when they went on the run. So they kind of take the momentum back. But instead, now Spire with a chance to cut it back to a 1-possession lead.
Myron Gardner again showing himself to be perhaps the best athlete on a team full of stupid good athletes. What a baby hook on the baseline by Myron Gardner.
22 for Gardner. He's dominated, man.
He really has. Addison Patterson drives baseline. He kicks it to Harmon at the jump circle. He thought about it again, but thought better of it.
Well, and Patterson needs to look for that shot once it gets down to the corner or down to the baseline like that. He's got the ability to
Bell has sealed Jackson.
Oh, man.
Hook is good. Isaiah Jackson dunking traffic. Jackson's only got 3 points, but that can change in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
Terry Armstrong drives the lane, and he's fouled. That foul on Isaiah Jackson is his 5th.
Let Terry Armstrong get ahead of steam, and he's going to get up there with anybody. Put you in a very difficult spot if you're a defender. If Terry Armstrong's at full flight, you know, I mean, what are you going to do? You know, and that's what happens. You body him up, and he's going to take the contact, and it's going to be a foul.
Terry Armstrong. He told us Friday night he wears 35 in honor of Kevin Durant.
Well, I'm almost surprised he doesn't do the little shoulder shrug at the free throw line.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he shoots it just like him, man. I mean, honestly.
And Armstrong makes both. 60-55. Bella Vista leads it by 5.
And I love that matchup, too. Yeah, he walked. Yeah.
Myron Gardner, for the 2nd time today, drags that pivot foot before he gets moving. The lead is 5 for the Bears. So Gardner will take another break, replaced by Terry Lockett. Into the front court. Jerron Artest, no good.
Yeah, that's
Ball out of bounds, last touched by Jimmy Bell. Rocket Watts into the front court, guarded there by Artest. Picks up the screen, tray ball on the way, no good.
Look at Zion.
Rebound, Terry Lockett. We've got a held ball, and the arrow favors Bella Vista.
That was a great job by Zion Harmon to fight there. He had a defender from SPIRE on both sides, in front and behind him, and he still kept his hand on the ball to get that jump ball.
Addison Patterson to Zion Harmon. Terry Armstrong back to Harmon.
I'd like to see him continue to go to Patterson. He's been the one that's really, like I said earlier, he finds the spot in the zone.
Patterson feeds the post. Jimmy Bell back out to Harmon. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Harmon, floater, it's good.
Big shot. Real big shot with the shot clock running down. It's a big shot.
Lead is back to 7, 62-55. Watts tried to get it to McCaskill, stolen by Jerron Artest.
Attack.
Terry Armstrong to Harmon. Patterson drives baseline on Joseph Abilal. Shot no good. Patterson offensive rebound up and in.
Oh, big time. Big time. And Patterson, that's where he's getting all his points, is at the rim.
Right.
And so, you know, you've got to continue to go there. SPIRE.
So the big men for SPIRE have combined for 9 fouls. 4 on Bilal, 5 on Jackson.
Well, you know, buckle up, because you know SPIRE is going to put together a run here. There's 8 minutes left.
No question.
8+ minutes. What a shot there by LaMelo. You see that? He shot that with his left hand.
Leaning in
Armstrong,
while being fouled.
Armstrong just kind of took away the right-handed shot. He's smart enough, or he's got the basketball IQ enough to go to the left hand in midair and get that shot up.
So SPIRE calls timeout. Full timeout called by Coach Jermaine Jackson. So we'll take a break with 8:17 left to go in the game. The championship on the line, and the lead is 9. 64-55, Bella Vista on top. It's the Grind Session 2019 World Championship live from Marshall County High School, brought to you by Tanager Sports. I'm Leroy Watson on play-by-play, Cullen Kreider on color. We will be back in just a moment. And LaMelo Ball makes the first free throw. And he makes both. So Cullen, Bella Vista has taken everything that SPIRE has thrown at them, and they're still standing. At what point do you think SPIRE might start thinking, whoa, these guys might actually be able to beat us, and start feeling that pressure?
SPIRE, they'll just continue to do what they do. They put on the full court pressure, and because they know what they're made of. They know that they can put together a run.
Artest at the free throw line.
Artest has just been so efficient. I mean, this weekend has been great.
LaMelo Ball stripped there by Addison Patterson. He saves it to Rocket Watts.
And look at his defense on Rocket Watts in this second half has been outstanding as well.
LaMelo Ball, and he's fouled. Addison Patterson is furious over that call. LaMelo Ball will go to the line for 3.
LaMelo knows the tricks. You know, we said it earlier. I mean, you can't hold it against him. Every great player in the league does it.
Addison Patterson is livid on that call, however, Cullen.
Yeah, but you can't put yourself in that landing spot. You know, stay away. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing by getting in his landing spot?
LaMelo makes 2.
I don't mean that anything against Patterson.
Right.
That's anybody. Like, what are you? There's no.
You're using your reffing hat there.
You're not gonna block the shot. You're not gonna block a 3-point shot like that.
Missed the third. Patterson with the rebound. The lead is 7, 66-59. Patterson trying to get it to Armstrong. Armstrong was looking the other direction. And now this is something you don't like to see, is when the two teammates are sniping at each other. LaMelo Ball. The 3 is good. And that's exactly what Bella Vista does not want to happen. LaMelo Ball get it going.
Well, it never fails. It's just like you said, the frustration showing on the court, and then LaMelo puts one in your eye. That's going to make you even more frustrated. It gets you out of your game. You got to stay calm, stay within yourself.
Harmon to Patterson. He slashes. Wow. No good. Jimmy Bell with the tip.
That's the third layup now that Addison Patterson missed. Point-blank layup. Great job by Bell to clean it up.
So we've got timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout called by Bella Vista. Bella Vista with 3 full timeouts left. SPIRE with the full and 2 30s. But right now, we would be remiss if we didn't pat Jimmy Bell on the back for the work he's putting in down in the paint.
Leroy, he's got 7 offensive rebounds. I mean,
wow.
The dude is putting in the work. And when you get, I'm not saying that you don't think you're going to get that out of Jimmy Bell, but you know how it is. When you get production out of a guy that maybe the other team didn't see coming, maybe the fans, maybe us sitting here didn't see that coming, that's just that much more important to a team's success, is when they get it from somewhere that they normally don't get it from, as far as his points right now. You know, he's cleaning up
free
those
points.
boards. Yeah. And, I mean, it's really SPIRE is frustrated as well, you know. But that's just what shows you it's so back and forth here. It's only a 6-point game, a lot of time left.
I guarantee you can count on one hand, maybe one finger, the number of times they've been down at all with 6 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the contest.
And
LaMelo Ball forces his way in. Reverse rebound, no good. Josephat Bilal with the offensive rebound. LaMelo misses it. And Terry Armstrong skies for the rebound.
Zion is one of the best guards I've seen at really emulating that contact, you know. I always say the Chauncey Billups move. You want a good shot here.
Artest almost stolen there by LaMelo.
Got to drive.
Zion Harmon for 3, and it's good.
I guess you don't have to drive if you're Zion Harmon. That kid, it looks good from anywhere. There's not a spot on the floor that he doesn't like.
And nothing rattles Zion Harmon.
It's probably not a bad foul there. It's going to be 1-1 for Rocket Watts, but not a bad foul from Garbra.
Junior Garbra. That's his first, team 7.
Because Rocket had the angle. It was going to be a layup.
So now they'll make him earn it from the free throw line. That's 17 fouls. 6 minutes left to go in the game. Both teams are in the bonus. Rocket misses.
Big.
Bell with the rebound.
Oh, man.
Terry Armstrong.
Oh, man.
And that's the 5th foul on Josephat Bilal. So Isaiah Jackson at the scorer's table with 5 fouls, about to check back in. Josephat Bilal on the floor with 5 fouls. Terry Armstrong to the line, shooting 2. First free throw is good.
We're at a 10-point lead here. We're at a 10-point mark. But trust me, just like most games in basketball, free throws will be huge coming down the stretch.
Armstrong makes both.
And that's for both teams, because both teams already in the bonus here.
73-62. This is actually the largest lead of the game for Bella Vista, 11. Terry Lockett, 3-ball, no good. Myron Gardner, weak side rebound, no good. Jimmy Bell. And Gardner, I believe, will be called for the foul. That is the 3rd foul on Gardner. The 8th foul on SPIRE.
And if Jimmy Bell, if he converts on this free throw here, that'll give him a double-double for the game.
What an afternoon for Jimmy Bell.
Already with 10 rebounds.
And there's your double-double.
I know I keep making a big deal out of this as far as the bigs and their free throws, but man, typically in basketball, that's where the big struggle is, at the free throw line for whatever reason. And the big Shimanga and Bell have both been nearly perfect here today and throughout this weekend. And man, that's how you win games.
Well, in fact, they are perfect today.
Yeah, there you go.
Shimanga is 2 for 2. Bell is 4 for 4.
It's huge, man.
And so the lead, 12 points for Bella Vista, their largest of the game.
Wow.
And I promise you, the only time SPIRE has trailed by this much this late was the one loss they had to Prolific Prep.
Well, look for LaMelo to get going here. LaMelo knows it's game time. It's Melo time. And I expect him to really try to take control of the offense here, take things into his own hands.
5 minutes, 38 seconds left to go. It's Melo time. So Jimmy Bell, one more free throw coming. He's got his double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Make it, oh, he missed one. We jinxed him.
Yep.
LaMelo Ball, and Jimmy Bell says no siree. What a block by the St. Louis Billiken to be.
And to be able to make that block without fouling, I mean, it's big.
Isaiah Jackson, and he's blocked at the rim by Bell, but they're going to call a foul on this one.
Well, if you're a Billikens fan, here's what you love to see is because Jimmy Bell is playing his best basketball in the biggest games of the season.
That's the 3rd foul on Bell, the 8th on Bella Vista. To the line shooting 2, Isaiah Jackson. He's only got 3 points so far on the game. Make it 4.
And I'll tell you right now, I don't see any way that this game doesn't get close towards the end. It's just kind of the feeling I have, and knowing how well SPIRE and how quickly they can score.
He makes both. 74-64.
But you can't do this. You can't give up, or create fouls or give up fouls with no time running off, especially to a 90% free throw shooter like Zion Harmon.
Terry Lockett, that's his 2nd foul. And that's the 10th team foul. So double bonus for the last 5:25 for Bella Vista. That's huge.
And with how well the Bella Vista's been shooting at the line, it puts you in a bad spot if you're SPIRE. You don't want to really foul. Zion misses the second.
This is the second.
That's big.
Trey ball is good.
Big.
Rocket Watts. Watts with 16. And Watts is called for the foul. That's his 3rd. Terry Armstrong to the line. So Armstrong will shoot 2. Leading by 8, 75-67. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the game. First free throw is good. 76-67. Bella Vista on top of SPIRE. Armstrong makes both. Rocket Watts 3-ball, no good. Jimmy Bell with the rebound. The lead is 10, 77-67.
Get out
Zion
of there.
Harmon
There you go.
dribbles through the entire defense of SPIRE.
Oh my goodness. If this goes. If this
Garbra, the three is good.
Oh, man.
That's the largest lead of the game for Bella Vista, 13.
Oh.
Rocket Watts, tray ball, no good.
So we're going to be at the line here. You're going to get a foul, I believe, on Arm. No, okay.
A foul on Jimmy Bell. He pushed on the rebound. Yeah. That is his fourth, team ninth.
Still a lot of time left.
Yes, 4:40 to go. It's an eternity.
Lead, but a lot of time.
Isaiah Jackson misses the first. (80-67). Bella Vista leads Spire Academy. And Jackson misses both.
Empty possession. Those hurt. You got to throw it up.
Harmon over to Bell.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And that's 6 on Isaiah Jackson.
It's a beautiful move by Jimmy Bell. He gives a gathered dribble there, moves into the body of Jackson.
Now that is huge because that's your only true rim protector for Spire. Bilal is a good rebounder. He's not as good a rim protector as Isaiah Jackson. So it makes a huge difference there. Bell makes the first. (81-67).
Now, if you're Spire, you want to get quick buckets here. I mean, you don't have to go, you don't have to go in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock, but you do want to get fairly quick buckets, but you still want good looks.
Rocket Watts, no good. Harmon with the rebound.
They've got plenty of time to get good looks, too, so that's what I mean. You don't want to hurry it, but...
Shot no good. Rocket Watts with the rebound. Almost lost it out of bounds. And Garbra with the steal. So Harmon loses the ball out of bounds. 4:05 to go. The ball will belong to Spire. But here's something I'm seeing, Cullen, that I have not seen. Spire is showing some signs of weariness. LaMelo has bent over weary. Terry Lockett was bent over weary. And I'm not used to seeing that from these guys. Foul on Terry Lockett. That is his third. Zion Harmon to the line, shooting 2.
Well, and, I think that's what Coach Jackson's telling his guys right now is that we've got 4 minutes. It's not like we've got a minute. You got plenty of time to find good shots, especially with a 30-second shot clock. You got plenty of time to find good shots in the offense. Again, I look for LaMelo to really take over.
Harmon misses 2.
If Spire wants a chance, it's going to have to be LaMelo.
Euro step into the lane by LaMelo Ball. He scores.
Now here's the thing: they can't keep fouling though. They've got to let Bella Vista get some shots up.
Peter Filipovity with the foul, his first. Zion Harmon to the line. He's missed his last 3 free throws in this contest. That is extremely unusual. So he breaks that spell. He makes both. So the lead is 14, the largest of the game for Bella Vista, 83-69. LaMelo into the lane, off the window.
What a shot, man. Kiss off the glass. Now, you don't want to foul here if you're Spire. You got to quit fouling.
Zion Harmon.
Especially now in the shot clock, you can't foul.
3:30 to go in the contest. Bella Vista in no hurry.
Oh.
LaMelo Ball called for his third foul. And to the free throw line shooting a pair will be Jaron Artest. He makes the first. 84-71. Bella Vista on top by 13. 3:26 to go in the contest. And he makes both. 85-71. LaMelo into the lane, and he's fouled. Now both teams in the double bonus for the last 3:21. Artest called for his fourth. Metal ball to the line, and he will shoot a pair. He makes the first.
So let's, think about it. If it's down to 3 minutes, if it's down to 3 minutes here, that's 10 possessions total for the rest of the game. So that gives, without offensive rebounds or whatever, at least 5 possessions for SPIRE. So they've got to understand that although they're down just 12, so they've got enough possessions. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean,
right.
You can't start trading fouls here. I mean, and they started that well into 4 minutes, and it wasn't anything that the coach told them to do. They were just picking up aggressive fouls. But now you've got to play clean here. You can't keep putting Bella Vista on the line. They've been making the free throws. So in order to get back in the game, SPIRE has to play without fouling and just take your chances here. I don't know that Bella Vista will take the shot clock all the way down in every shot clock. So you've got time to do this.
And to your point, Coach Jackson just said a few seconds ago, we out here just fouling to be fouling.
He did.
And so he's saying the same thing you are. There's no reason to act desperate and take ridiculous
and somehow,
chances.
On that last possession, LaMelo, I read his list. He said someone said to foul. I don't know if he said you said to foul, but he thought it, so there's some miscommunication going on. And
this is a position SPIRE has not been in very often this year.
Right. Exactly.
So this is an opportunity for them to dig down deep and see what they've got left.
And that's why every game matters. Every game experience matters for these guys, because experience is experience. And it teaches you everything. And that's why it's important to be in close games. It's important to be down in some game and learn from it.
85-73, Bella Vista.
You can't foul here if you're SPIRE. Okay, so see now you get a turnover. That's what they've been wanting the whole time. So let's see if they can build off of that.
So Rocket Watts got about 2 minutes of game time, but probably 5 actual minutes to rest. He was probably the weariest of all of the SPIRE players. So he's going to give it everything he's got for the last 3:19.
Now you don't have to have anything just super quick, but a quick
Terry
three is
Lockett,
good.
tray ball no good. Rebound is controlled by Terry Armstrong. Junior Garbra, he's got numbers. He drives on Bilal, no good. Chimanga, offensive rebound up, and he's fouled.
And to my point earlier, Bella Vista clearly doesn't take all the shot clock there. So,
and that's 6 on Josephat Bilal.
Oh, wow. So who do you bring in?
So,
McCaskill, is it Filippovity?
Maybe he goes with Andre Pope.
McCaskill.
No, he'll go with McCaskill. He goes with Isaac Mushila. Isaac Mushila will come into the game for SPIRE. He will be the post player. And Emmanuel Chimanga will go to the line. 3:02 to go, leading by 12. He's shooting 2. And he misses the first. We've been in the double bonus for about 2.5 minutes now for SPIRE.
Lockett could have just tried to take off and see what happens there.
And Chimanga misses both. Myron Gardner with the rebound.
You got to find a shot here.
Tray ball no good by LaMelo. Chimanga with the rebound. So Myron Gardner now with a double-double. He just picked up his 10th rebound. Addison Patterson travels on the baseline.
Now, the clock is not your friend if you're SPIRE. It is getting down into that range to where now you need to convert almost every possession.
Gardner into the lane. He scores it.
That's big time. That's really big. Great job by Gardner for his 24th point of the game.
Jimmy Bell called for his 5th foul.
Now, still, if you're Spire, you want to put the pressure on, try to create a turnover. You do not have to foul. Plenty of time.
And Gardner makes the and 1.
Right now, we're in a 3-possession game. And now you get a foul before the ball is even inbounded.
Foul on Rocket Watts. That is his 4th. .232 left in the contest, and Terry Armstrong will go to the line shooting 2. Armstrong rattles the first one home. Armstrong makes both. Armstrong 8 for 8 from the free throw line in the second half. He now has 10. LaMelo to Myron Gardner. Reverse layup is no good. Offensive rebound, Mashilla.
It's big.
Rocket Watts.
It's a big time shot, man. 8 points. 8-point lead.
2:16 to go. Stolen by Terry Lockett, and then he's fouled by Zion Harmon.
And now a chance to make it 6. So it can be all the way down to a 2-possession. Still an eternity left.
3rd foul on Zion Harmon. And Terry Lockett to the free throw line. As you say, Cullen, he can make it a 2-possession game with these 2 free throws. Lockett makes the first. And Cullen, this just shows how resilient Spire Academy can be. They haven't had to be resilient, but they're showing it right now.
Absolutely.
Lockett makes 2 clutch free throws. 2:14 left. The lead is 6.
No, you don't
Addison
want to foul.
Patterson over the timeline. Oh, he slid his pivot foot. Kyle Weaver calls time. And all they've got left are fulls. So with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the game, we'll take time out here with the score, Bella Vista 87, Spire Academy 81. It is the Grind Session World Championship 2019, live from Marshall County High School in Benton, Kentucky. I'm Leroy Watson on play-by-play, joined on color by the incomparable Cullen Kreider. We will be back in just a moment. What a basketball game is all we can say. 2:07 left, and the lead is 6 for Bella Vista. Oh, Myron Gardner with the steal on the inbounds, and he dunks it on Terry Armstrong. Myron Gardner.
4-point game. We're going to get a timeout by Weaver. Oh, my goodness.
Myron Gardner setting himself apart with the alert steal and the athletic finish. So we've got another timeout on the floor, full timeout. Bella Vista, the crowd is going nuts behind us, so Cullen will go ahead and take another break, see if they calm down, because there's not a lot we can do, because we've got to scream just to hear over them. It's the Grind Session World Championship 2019 from Marshall County High School, brought to you by Tanager Sports. We will be right back. 87-83, Bella Vista. But Myron Gardner has left an indelible stamp on this game. Jermaine Jackson is calling for a turnover, but we can't see it because all the Spire players are standing. So we cannot see what's going on in the corner.
I mean, I don't know what he wants there.
Okay, so he wanted a turnover, but apparently...
Well, I know he wants a turnover. I just don't know why or how.
Yeah, I don't know either. Armstrong is trapped. He gets out. Armstrong going down the hill.
And
LaMelo Ball might have saved that because he swatted it and might have gone in had he not done so.
now pay attention here because a lot of times you see guys, Armstrong's on the floor. I think he's going to be all right. But at the same time, a lot of times you see guys, it's hard for them to concentrate on what they've got at hand here with the free throw coming up when they've taken a little dingy injury like this. You know, like I said, I think he'll be fine and he'll shoot them. But now, can you focus and can you knock down these free throws? Or will he be even able to shoot them?
It's very ironic. Armstrong had a situation where he was fouled in, I want to say, the second Phoenix event. Crush in the Valley. And he actually was hurt to the point where he could not take the free throw. He fell right on his wrist. But you're right. He's okay this time.
Well, these are huge, man. I mean,
yes.
These are absolute huge free throws.
87-83 with a world of time left. 1 minute and 50 seconds.
All the momentum right now is with Spire.
And Armstrong makes the first.
And that's a big time.
That is
free
huge.
Throw. Still, of course, a lot of time left. 150 on the clock, 5-point game.
It'll be a two-possession game even if he makes the second. Armstrong, 10 out of 10 from the free throw line in the second half. What clutch work by the senior.
Can Bella Vista defend without fouling?
Both teams are in the double bonus. Rocket Watts, it looks long. And I think we got a foul call.
It's going to be a foul. It's not just
foul on LaMelo Ball. That is his fourth. And the ref is adamant that LaMelo pushed him in the back. And Coach Jermaine Jackson is disgusted. He does not like the call, but that was the call. Push on the rebound. Jerron Artest to the line, and he makes the first. How cool and under control has Jerron Artest been today?
Oh, man, throughout the weekend. I mean, he's been so efficient, knocking down a very high percentage of his shots.
He missed that one, but it's a three-possession game now.
And big surprise, he plays great on-ball defense.
LaMelo Ball goes for the dunk.
It's a good take by Melo. He forces the contact.
And that's 6 on Jimmy Bell.
When you're a good free throw shooter, you go at the rim like that. And that's what LaMelo's doing. He's very confident in himself to knock down the free throws, whether he makes the shot or the layup or the dunk, whatever he's taking.
So attrition is beginning to show on big men on both sides. Jimmy Bell is out for Bella Vista. Isaiah Jackson and Josephat Bilal both out for Spire. Meanwhile, LaMelo Ball makes the first free throw. He makes it back into a two-possession game, 90-84, 135 left in the contest. Make it 90-85.
Now, you still don't foul if you're Spire.
And ball out of bounds, touched by Terry Lockett. And the ref is really getting a little irritated now with Coach Jackson because Coach Jackson is just on him every time he makes a call.
Now someone's going to have to back up here.
All right, so we've got a warning. We've got a warning.
Really, Garbraw needs more
That ref
room.
is about to call a tech on Spire for something. They've got to be really careful right now.
It's a bad spot right
Zion
there.
Harmon trapped. And what's the call? I think we've got a foul call. A foul on LaMelo, his fifth.
Now LaMelo
Zion Harmon will go to the line to shoot 2.
I know this is stating the obvious, but he can't foul again, obviously, because he'll foul out. But for his team to have a chance, they've got to have him on the floor.
Harmon makes the first. 91-85. This next free throw is so huge. It's a difference in a 2-possession game and a 3-possession game.
Now, I think what you'll see here is SPIRE wants to get to the basket here. They want to get something going towards the basket.
The lead is 7. 92-85, 128 to go.
And that's just good defense by Bella Vista.
Wonderful defense. Myron Gardner, reverse layup is good.
Big, man.
That foul on Terry Armstrong, that is his 5th.
And that's 29 for Gardner. He's got a chance to put up 30 in one of the biggest games of his young career, and he has really showed out. He showed up, played extremely well. Nice.
And one is good. 30 points and 10 rebounds for Myron Gardner. Now, it's important to remember we have had a delay of game warning on SPIRE for being too close on out of bounds.
And both teams only have 1 timeout remaining.
Rocket Watts knocks that ball out of bounds. 1:14 left to go. It's a 2-possession game. The lead is 4, 92-88. Bella Vista on top of SPIRE. Would it be greedy of me to want some overtime, Cullen?
Don't foul here.
Addison Patterson,
See,
and they throw it away.
That's exactly why you don't foul. You just continue to put the pressure on and don't foul.
92-88.
SPIRE
Bella Vista leads SPIRE.
SPIRE gets exactly what the doctor ordered, a turnover. Uh-oh.
Myron Gardner for 3. No good. LaMelo with the offensive rebound. He just missed it.
So now we're going to have a 1-possession game here at the end of these 2 free throws.
I nominate overtime.
Oh, yeah.
Who did they call that one on? They called that one on Zion Harmon, his 4th. LaMelo Ball to the line. He makes the first. Isaac Mishila into the game, replacing Filipovity for SPIRE. Iman Sertovic into the game for Bella Vista, replacing Addison Patterson. 52.1 seconds left to go. LaMelo Ball makes it a 2-point game with 52 seconds to go, 92-90. Armstrong is
foul there. Yeah,
trapped,
good timeout.
and a smart timeout by Coach Kyle Weaver. So Bella Vista calls their 5th and final timeout. It's a full timeout with 49.8 seconds left to go. And our score is Bella Vista 92, SPIRE 90. So, Cullen, I'm too jacked. I can't cut away.
Well, now this is big because now that's Bella Vista's last timeout. So now they get in trouble in the backcourt, there's nothing they can do.
Yes.
So SPIRE, their pressure has really caused a lot of problems here in these last couple minutes. So, of course, they're going to be in that pressure, and they're going to be in the shorts of Bella Vista.
And even SPIRE only has a 30-second timeout of their own still left. And just one of these random kind of things, I looked on the floor and I realized, oh, Terry Armstrong's still on the floor right before he took that inbounds pass. I'd like to think that Terry Armstrong is going to go get the basketball and leave his imprint on this game,
right,
especially when his teammates are throwing the ball all over the place. You would like to see him say, hey, look, guys, give it to me.
And notice SPIRE is pushing everything into those corners.
Yes.
When you get into that corner, you're done. And so they keep everything in front of them. They basically allow the inbounds. But they are in full denial right now, actually. Full ball denial.
LaMelo Ball and Terry Armstrong both have 5 fouls apiece.
I'd try to get something going towards their own basket here. Zion, there he goes.
Wow, they almost got a 5-second call. Armstrong is trapped. He gets it to Sertovic. Almost stolen. Zion Harmon gets it back.
Wow.
38 seconds to go.
You don't foul here if you're SPIRE, and they do.
And Myron Gardner with the foul. No, excuse me, that's Terry Lockett with the foul. That is his 5th. Coach Jackson is upset. He just wanted his guys to be solid. Like you were saying, Cullen, no foul.
Just be solid. That's what Coach Jackson said.
Zion Harmon.
Exactly right. Now, Zion needs both of these now. He's been missing some of his free throws. He needs both of these to go. And it's, you know.
First free throw good.
He's one of those guys you kind of expect him. And now, last time out taken by Jackson here. Little surprised.
He wants to ice the shooter.
I'm a little surprised at that with this much time left. You never know when you can get in a bad spot and need one. But
so no timeouts left for anyone. If anyone attempts to call a timeout, just to refresh you on the rules, that's a technical foul.
Yeah, they better not. It's not a good choice if they do. And so Zion with a big free throw coming up here. And what I was going to say a minute ago is he's kind of that guy that you expect him to make these. He's got that in his blood. You know, a lot of guys, you know, they'll say they got ice in the veins. Well, he's one of those guys, and so I would expect him to make this and make this a two-possession game. And then with Spire coming back, they've continued to get to the rim. I expect them to get momentum and try to get something at the rim.
35.5 seconds left in the contest.
It's definitely not the time of game where you have to start going for threes. Clearly, only being down 3.
Harmon makes both.
And now 4. But
Two-possession game.
Yeah, LaMelo, I would think, will try to get something going towards the rim.
Rocket Watts being guarded by Addison Patterson. To Mushilla, to Rocket Watts.
Oh, wow.
Trey ball on the way. No good. LaMelo offensive rebound up and in. 16 seconds to go.
And that's going to be 6 on LaMelo.
And so Spire wanted the clock to stop, but this is not. And so that was LaMelo Ball with his 6th foul.
Now, as the official is explaining to Coach Jackson, the clock doesn't stop. Now,
correct.
In my opinion, that should be a high school rule or at least a grind session rule that is changed. When that ball goes through the basket, that clock should stop. Because, you know, so here's, you called overtime. Let's see if Artest can go to the line and knock down 2 and make it a 2-possession game. Hits the first one, is huge.
So the first free throw for Artest is good. He makes both.
Oh, wow.
8 seconds left. And it's stolen by Bella Vista. And we have a new world champion.
Boom. Got to get off the floor.
The play was ended long before that dunk. Mushilla called for the foul. And so the ref that I told you was about to call a tech on Spire is really, really, really on edge with Coach Jackson.
Now this would be crazy here if there is a technical foul assessed. I don't know what's going on. I got a feeling, and there is going to be a technical.
Technical foul on the Bella Vista bench. So all right, so they're saying that there will be free throws coming for Bella Vista first. They'll shoot 2 free throws for the foul. There is a technical foul on the Bella Vista bench for coming out onto the court. And Terry Armstrong will shoot 2 free throws.
And he needs
then,
these now.
But the ref says there will be one technical free throw against Bella Vista.
Oh, wow.
So Armstrong misses the first.
Well, it's just one technical assist. What SPIRE is saying is they want everybody on the bench to get a technical.
So now Coach Jackson is... Wow, Armstrong misses
Wow.
both. So now Coach Jackson wants the clock adjusted, and I agree. I definitely agree with him on that part.
So what you're going to have here now is Rocket Watson with a chance to make it a 2-point game. And
well, if they give him
the
2
ball.
free throws. They were saying one free throw a moment ago.
No, they're saying one technical. He's going to get 2 free throws.
2 free throws. All right. So Rocket Watts, 2 free throws. He makes the first.
This is crazy, man.
(96-93), 96-94.
So here we go. They got to. It's going to be inbounded at half court, which is huge. Okay, so what you're going to see is probably SPIRE is probably going to be shooting a 3-point attempt here.
Yes.
Now this would be would be amazing.
My pronunciation of new world champion was a little bit premature. .3 of a second left. Terry Armstrong with the defensive play of the year. Creates the turnover, slams into the table and cuts himself, I think.
Bella Vista, you want to throw this towards your own goal. Yeah, do not throw it that way, is what Weaver just said.
To Shimanga, and we have officially a new world champion. Bella Vista 96, SPIRE 94.
Well, give teams a lot of credit here, man. SPIRE was down 14, or it was 12 or 14 with just a few minutes to go.
Yeah, 14.
Valiant effort to get back in it. They lose LaMelo there on his 6th foul, which ends up being huge, of course. But I mean, just great team effort by both teams.
Yes.
And man, you couldn't have asked for a more entertaining game here this afternoon.
And so we will delay the player of the game announcement, until after the trophy presentation. So, well, we'll tell you who the player of the game is, but we will interview him after the trophy presentation. Zion Harmon is the player of the game. And how fitting is that we're in his home gym and he is selected as player of the game.
It's great, man. It really is. He played great, and he deserves it. You know, think about what kind of guard play you have to withstand the type of pressure that SPIRE puts on you, and not have a guard that just turns the ball over all the time. I mean, to do what he's done and just the shape you got to be in to handle that type of pressure is incredible.
And the old adage applies here, Cullen. It's hard to beat quality competition 3 times in a row.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Bella Vista fell apart in the second half of each of their first 2 games against SPIRE. They were determined last night to find out a way to not do that, and they figured it out.
And if Bella Vista doesn't adjust and start taking the ball to the basket and not settling for threes, then they lose this game if they only shoot threes. And so here comes Zion Harmon. I'll let him get the seat.
So there's that beautiful Grind Session World Championship trophy. So we're going to let Zion and his team be presented with the trophy. And then when we come back, we'll interview him.
cut the ribbons yet. I got to cut the necks off yet. Yeah, that's why I stopped then. How are y'all? Does that mean we get to go home now?
And I don't know if you overheard the crosstalk there, but we were talking about potential player of the game choices. We have to shout out Jimmy Bell with a wonderful, wonderful second half. He scored 11 points, and he pulled down 12 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds. Addison Patterson with 17 points and 12 rebounds. But in the end, Zion Harmon, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal, selected as the player of the game. And Bella Vista out on the floor enjoying the trophy presentation. What a performance by both of these teams. And so now he can relax, get the sigh of relief, and enjoy the trophy presentation. Bella Vista Bears are the world champions of the grind session 2018-2019. Congratulations,
Yes,
Zion.
Appreciate it.
What a ride it has been.
Man, it's been a crazy ride just from not thinking I'm going to be able to play all year to having a stress fracture injury that's still bothering me now. And it just been affecting my right leg, but I just been in the gym trying to stay consistent. And the way that game went, we started off down, and we got it going, controlled the pace. Then I got a little sloppy in the middle, but I kept my composure, kept my head, because I remember Chris Paul always told me, he told us at the CB3 camp, you have to remember who you are, no matter what happens in the game. Just because you make a couple turnovers don't mean that's you. Things happen in life. Basketball translates to life, and it's just a great feeling. You reap what you sow. Number one thing, I just want to thank God, thank Jesus, and then I just want to send a message, rely on the hard work that you put in the gym.
You guys played SPIRE 3 times. You didn't personally, you played them once. But Bella Vista was 0-2 heading into this contest, and I talked to your coaches yesterday, and they said, look, we've got to figure out a way that we can control the pace in 2 halves and not just 1 half. What was the key today? Because you guys led by, let's see, what was the score? 47-44 the last time y'all played SPIRE. What was the difference between then and now?
The difference this time is we came together as a team, and we said we're going to win this game. Whatever it takes to win, we're going to win. We said no matter how many shots we miss, no matter how many turnovers we have, we know SPIRE, they can take a 3-point lead to a 17-point lead like they did yesterday. We said no matter what, we focus on the win. So we can't let them stretch it out. We can't get rattled over. When the turnover happened, next play. I had a couple of turnovers. Terry told me next play. You got to keep it going because it's a marathon. Whoever wins it in the race, that's the winner.
And your own performance, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Addison Patterson had 12 rebounds. Jimmy Bell had 12 rebounds. You guys really, really rebounded the ball well. You shot free throws well. You check-marked everything. You did everything you had to do.
We had to. And we knew we were on dead legs, too, so it's going to take mental. Mind over matter, like my dad always told me.
So congratulations once again. You'll go back to Team USA developmental program this summer. Talk about that a little bit before we go. That's got to be one of the most exciting things in a young man's life.
And super exciting. First year I made it. The second year I didn't. But I feel like I like the second year better than the first because it woke me up. Because the first 2 years before that, I was just winning. I never been cut from a team. That's the first team I was cut from. And I didn't look at it as like it was something bad. I looked at it as now I got something to work for, work towards, and that's where I'm heading.
All right, so Zion Harmon, we're going to let you get back to the trophy presentation. You guys are still out there loving the trophy. And, hey, this is what winning a trophy is all about, enjoying it.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on a tremendous year for the Bella Vista Bears, for you, yourself, and for the grind session.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, so that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. The grind is now over for 2018-2019. Our champions are the Bella Vista Bears out of Arizona with a 96-94 victory over Spire Academy. Everybody, we are so happy and so privileged to have been able to come to you and bring you these games live stream. We hope you've enjoyed it. For my color partner, Cullen Kreider, for Dan Hudson of the Grind Session, for everyone who's worked so hard, the entire staff for the 2018-19 season, we say thank you for coming along for the ride. It gets bigger and better in 1920. We'll talk to you soon.